I reject the premise of the statement that natural gas is the reason
You
that
really?
emissions are where they are. There's a combination.
You reject that statement?
Well, there's a
You got to go do your homework there,
No,
Administrator.
no. I've done a lot of homework.
Okay, and
there are
so you,
combinations
what do you
of
think the
technology.
reason, the primary reason for that chart is?
There are combinations of technologies that are driving our emission reductions in this country. That's just a fact.
So I have a chart that I keep trotting out to all your nominees and everything. This is the global emissions chart. It's fact-checked from 2005 to 2020. It shows the fact that isn't often discussed in our national media, that the U.S. is the leader by far of any country in the world on global greenhouse gas emission reductions. So you take here, that's America. Some of our allies, Germany, UK, and then of course you got the dirty countries, particularly China, that's the greenhouse gas emission machine, right? A coal plant a month. So I asked your nominees, I'm sure you've hopefully seen this, do you understand why that happened? What was the major reason that the United States has been the leader in the world on emission reductions? Do you know? And I'll give you a hint, it's not because of EPA regulations.
Yeah, I think that is pretty clear, and I think I've been pretty clear that the markets over the past 10 years have really steered this country to be as competitive as it is. I would also say that the power sector has asked for more certainty so that they can make longer-term investments, which is why we have worked to kind of bundle what the Clean Air Act requires us to do in terms of some of these regulations
Okay, so
or
the
technology standards.
The answer to my question, that's primarily the reason for that is the revolution in the production of natural gas in America. The private sector, American innovators, American entrepreneurs undertook some great innovations and made clean-burning American, Alaskan natural gas the predominant power generation source, which dramatically helped us lead the world in emissions reduction. So that's a fact. So you guys should all know that. So here's my question. You're the G7 delegate. You play an important role in the G7 negotiations. Well, let me just back up here. If the rest of the world could undertake a chart and record like that, meaning you move from power generation sources into natural gas, you lower your emissions dramatically, wouldn't that help global emissions if other countries had this profile like we do?
I think that our country is
No, Administrator,
doing
come on, these are
job.
really easy questions. You just say yes, right? That's the
No,
wouldn't it help
I reject the
if other
premise of the
countries
statement
had that profile?
I reject the premise of the statement that natural gas is the reason
You
that
really?
emissions are where they are. There's a combination.
You reject that statement?
Well, there's a
You got to go do your homework there, Administrator.
No. I've done a lot of homework.
Okay, and
there
so
are combinations
what do
of
you think
technology.
the primary reason for that chart is?
There are combinations of technologies that are driving our emission reductions in this country. That's just a fact.
You don't think the primary reason for the emission reductions in America was a movement from coal power generation to natural gas? And the revolution in the production of natural gas?
I absolutely.
That's a fact, too.
I absolutely.
And as
think
the
that
EPA
natural
administrator, you guys are amazingly good at, like, avoiding this fact. I don't know why. You should be proud that America is the leader in emission reductions, and you should know the reasons why it is. So let's move on.
But there is no accounting of the transportation sector in your statement here, and we know that transportation.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on.
All right.